Hello, I'm making this video because my friends are probably tired of hearing me talk about and spew out all of these ideas that I have in my head. And not original ideas or anything, but maybe some of them are. And I just wanted to talk and share them without I am burdening anyone. So yeah, here I am. I wanted to talk about this phrase, generational amnesia. That's kind of been occupying my mind past while, on and off. And I've heard it used in regards to biodiversity. So like biodiversity loss. And it's just this idea that newer generations don't know um, what a standard amount of biodiversity is. So might think that us younger generations, we might think that just a field with maybe one tree, some flowers, some grass, that's pretty biodiverse. There's a lot of life there. It's pretty good, but compared to older generations, compared to past, what they experienced, then that's nothing, right? Um, yeah, so that's the whole idea of generational amnesia. And I've been thinking about generational amnesia in regards to other things like culture. Perhaps perhaps we can map that idea onto culture and onto other experiences. So I was thinking about one example specifically of like the housing crisis and everything, and how it kind of feels like, okay, maybe it's just me, but um, it kind of feels like this is the normal way that things are supposed to be, right? Like that landlords buy up all the property, or somebody buys up all the property to get more investment properties, and that the average person cannot own a home, or can't live in the big city without making like six figures and more. Um, and yeah, I think that growing up in kind of this state state in the world has kind of normalized it. I think that this generation, my generation, Gen Z, and maybe Gen Alpha, probably Gen Alpha, and um, if it keeps going, the other generations just kind of see this as normal. And maybe older generations who have experienced different know the experience of that not being the case, were able to purchase affordable homes. Kind of just assume that they don't care as much because they aren't really as much affected because they've already gone through that phase in life. But um, yeah, so I guess I'm just trying to say that I think there's a lot of generational amnesia, and that older generations don't address it because they assume that, I guess, that we know how things were in the past, and well, it doesn't affect them anymore because they're past that. And younger generations who aren't told by older generations how things were, and don't know how things were, just think that the way things are now is normal and has always been normal. And I think that that isn't talked about enough, I guess. I mean, obviously, we learn history and we learn things like that, but recent history isn't considered as much history, right? So we just assume that the way our lives are, the way the world is as we live it, is the standard. It's that it's normal. And as generations come in, um, I hope I mean I hope that this won't continue. I hope that we'll be able to share, and that there'll be records, more obvious records of how things were, if things get worse, so that they can look back and see that there was a better world at least, so that there's something to strive for. Because right now it feels like people who, well, at least to me, it feels like people who want a better world, people who want more affordable housing, people who want privacy, their own homes from technology, people who want, you know, biodiversity, stuff like that. It feels like we are wishful thinkers. It feels like we're radical because society, or at least I feel this way, that society is pinning it as wishful thinking. But it seems like the fact is that we went towards this negative state so much faster than we're expected to wait to improve. Sorry, that sentence might have not made sense, but it just feels like society went towards this direction in such a short amount of time, and but that we're expected to wait and go through a bunch of bureaucracy and just we're told that we can't have societal change that fast, which just seems really unfair, doesn't it? Which just seems really unfair. Um, yeah. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I I know I stutter a lot, well, not stutter, but I'm not very fluent in my speaking skills. I will maybe work on that. I will maybe make more videos and talk because I have a lot of stuff in my mind. Yes, thank you for listening, and